I'm absolutely in agreement with you, Stefan, because I have a diagnosis of schizophrenia, and I went through, I've got medication to take, but and I'm taking it, right? But because I think if I wasn't taking it, maybe there would be things coming up, and I would be having things during the daytime, right, which I don't have, like hallucinations or anything like that. I don't get any hallucinations currently during the daytime. So sometimes I'm having things at night at the moment, but it's like it's okay, I had expensive therapy in France, and that taught me a whole lot of stuff about how to, for example, do empathy and things like that, right? And what I find is that I can feel the emotion in other people, because I can read the emotion, technically almost in their faces. So and that enables me to feel the emotion. And then, of course, the therapy talked a lot about exercise a lot, because the pills often have side effects. So what happens is, what I needed was this psychological education that I did, to say, well, you've got to get out and you've got to go for walks and go running and, various other things that they taught me. I can't remember everything, but then there were things about depression that they taught me, and there were things about, how to take pleasure in the small pleasures of life, and all that. And it really, really helped me. So I think that it is very reductionist to say that, it's in the brain. Well, yeah, of course it's in the brain, but then what about, the person who has depression because they split up from their longtime wife or something like that? So you can say that it's in the brain, but it's also in the mind somewhere, and it's like, well, there are ways of getting over depression from your ex-wife, and it's not just by taking medication that's going to make that happen. It's like understanding that you've got to grieve, and you grieve, and then you go through the grieving process, I guess, and you get to a point where you're over it or something. It's like, that's really reductionist to say that it's just in the brain, and then therefore you need to take only medication. I'm not saying medication is completely to be criticized, because I understand that there have been people like me who have been through sort of maybe monomania or things like that, where I've been focused on one topic, particular topic, very specific topic or specific theory for a long time, and I couldn't get over that theory, and that the medication essentially seems to calm people down a lot, these antipsychotic medication as well. And historically, we can see that. I mean, I listened to a book by a guy called Foucault, is a French guy, on the history of insanity, right? And they were, talking about how people were taking medication, and they'd observed people who had been not very calm taking the medication, and then having a calming effect on them. But I can't see how a one pill means that I can't see how one pill can do anything with regards to logic in the brain and stability of the mindset and that kind of thing. I think I believe in this kind of stability in the mindset. I mean, sometimes people do very irrational things because they're not very stable in the mindset. I think that's why, probably. So medication can only go so far.